The developed man is the all round man who recognizes body, mind, and spirit and renders to each its due. Neglect of either is a mistake which must be rectified sooner or later, a debt which must be repaid with interest. We will now take up the psychic phase of the yogi science of breath in the shape of a series of exercises, each exercise carrying with it its explanation. You will notice that in each exercise, rhythmic breathing is accompanied with the instructions to carry the thought of certain desired results. This mental attitude gives the will a cleared track upon which to exercise its force. We cannot, in this work, go into the subject of the power of the will and must assume that you have some knowledge of the subject. Only actual practice of these exercises themselves will give you a much clearer knowledge than any amount of theoretical teaching. For as the old Hindu proverb says, he who tastes a grain of mustard seed knows more of its flavor than he who sees an elephant load of it. Acquiring physical qualities. Physical qualities may be acquired by the same method as mentioned in connection with the mental qualities. We do not mean, of course, that short men can be made tall or that amputated limbs may be replaced or similar miracles, but the expression of the countenance may be changed, courage and general physical characteristics improved by the control of the will, accompanied by rhythmic breathing. As a man thinks, so does he look, act, walk, sit, etc. Improved thinking will mean improved looks and actions. To develop any part of the body, direct the attention to it while breathing rhythmically, holding the mental image that you are sending an increased amount of prana or nerve force to that part, and thus increasing its vitality and developing it. This plan applies equally well to any part of the body which you wish to develop. The student who has followed our instructions so far will readily understand how to apply the yoga principle in the above work. The general rule of exercise is the same as in the preceding exercise, acquiring mental qualities. We had touched upon the subject of the care of physical ailments in the preceding videos. Controlling the emotions. The undesirable emotions such as fear, worry, anxiety, hate, anger, jealousy, envy, melancholy, excitement, grief, etc., are amenable to the control of the will, and the will is enabled to operate more easily in such cases if rhythmic breathing is practiced while the student is willing. The following exercise has been found most effective by the yogi students, although the advanced yogi has but little need of it as he has long since gotten rid of these undesirable mental qualities by growing spiritually beyond them. The yogi student, however, finds the exercise a great help to him while he is growing. Breathe rhythmically, concentrating at the attention upon the solar plexus and sending to it the mental command, get out. Send the mental command firmly just as you begin to exhale and form the mental picture of the undesirable emotions being carried away with the exhaled breath. Repeat 7 times and finish with cleansing breath, and then see how good you feel. The mental command must be given in earnest, as trifling will not do the work. Transmutation of the reproductive energy. The yogis possess great knowledge regarding the use and abuse of the reproductive principle in both sexes. The reproductive energy is creative energy and may be taken up by the system and transmuted into strength and vitality, thus serving the purpose of regeneration instead of generation. This transmutation of the reproductive energy gives great vitality to those practicing it. They will be filled with the great vital force which will radiate from them and will manifest in what has been called personal magnetism. Nature has condensed one of its most powerful manifestations of prana into reproductive energy as its purpose is to create. The greatest amount of vital force is concentrated in the smallest area. The yoga exercise for transmuting reproductive energy is simple. It is coupled with rhythmic breathing and can be easily performed. It may be practiced at any time, but is specifically recommended when one feels the instinct most strongly, at which time the reproductive energy is manifesting and may be most easily transmuted for regenerative purposes. The exercise is as follows. Keep the mind fixed on the idea of energy and away from ordinary sexual thoughts or imagings. If these thoughts come into the mind, do not be discouraged, but regard them as manifestations of a force which you intend to use for the purposes of strengthening the body and mind. Lie passively or sit erect and fix your mind on the idea of drawing the reproductive energy upward to the solar plexus. where it will be transmuted and stored away as a reserve force of vital energy. Then breathe rhythmically, forming the mental image of drawing up the reproductive energy with each inhalation. With each inhalation, make a command of the will that the energy be drawn upward from the reproductive organization to the solar plexus. If the rhythm is fairly established and the mental image is clear, you will be conscious of the upward passage of the energy and will feel its stimulating effect. If you desire an increase in mental force, you may draw it up to the brain instead of the solar plexus by giving the mental command and holding the mental image of the transmission to the brain. Brain stimulating. The yogis have found the following exercise most useful in stimulating the action of the brain for the purpose of producing clear thinking and reasoning. It has a wonderful effect in clearing the brain and nervous system, and those engaged in mental work will find it most useful to them, both in the direction of enabling them to do better work and also as a means of refreshing the mind and clearing it after arduous mental labor. Sit in an erect posture, keep the spinal column straight and the eyes well to the front, letting the hands rest on the upper part of the legs. Breathe rhythmically, but instead of breathing through both the nostrils as in the ordinary exercises, press the left nostril close with the thumb and inhale through the right nostril. Then remove the thumb, close the right nostril with the finger, and then exhale through the left nostril. Then, without changing the fingers, inhale through the left nostril and changing the fingers, exhale through the right. Then inhale through right and exhale through left, and so on, alternating nostrils as above mentioned, closing the unused nostril with the thumb or forefinger. This is one of the oldest forms of yogi breathing and is quite important and valuable and is well worthy of acquirement. But it is quite amusing to the yogis to know that to the Western world, this method is often held out as being the whole secret of yogi breathing. To the minds of many Western followers, yogi breathing suggests that nothing more than a picture of a Hindu yogi sitting erect and alternating nostrils in the act of breathing. Only this and nothing more. We trust that this little work will open the eyes of the Western followers to the great possibilities of yogi breathing and the numerous methods where it may be employed. The grand yogi psychic breath. The yogis have a favorite form of psychic breathing which they practice occasionally. We have given it at last as it requires practice on the part of the student in line of the rhythmic breathing and the mental imagery which he has now acquired by means of the preceding exercises. The general principles of the grand breath may be summed up in the old Hindu saying, blessed is the yogi who can breathe through his bones. This exercise will fill the entire system with prana, and the student will emerge from it with every bone, muscle, nerve, cell, tissue, organ, and part energized and attuned by the prana and the rhythm of the breath. It is generally house cleaning of the system, and he who practices it will carefully be given a new body freshly created from the crown of his head to the tips of his toes. We will let the exercise speak for itself. Lie in a relaxed position at perfect ease. Breathe rhythmically until the rhythm is perfectly established. Then, inhaling and exhaling, form the mental image of the breath being drawn upon through the bones of the legs, and then forced out through them, then through the bones of the arms, then through the top of the skull, then through the stomach, then through the reproductive region, then as if it were traveling upward and downward along the spinal column, and then as if the breath were being inhaled and exhaled through every pore of the skin, the whole body being filled with prana and life. Then, breathe rhythmically, send the current of the prana to the seven vital centers, in turn as follows, using the mental picture as in previous exercises. First to the forward, second to the back of the head, third to the base of the brain, fourth to the solar plexus, fifth to the sacral region, the lower part of the spine, sixth to the region of the navel, seventh to the reproductive region. Finish by sweeping the current of the prana to and fro from head to feet several times, and finally finish with cleansing breath. Hi, I hope you're enjoying the videos. I'm not going to beg or persist or force you to subscribe or like the channel, but if you feel the content is worth it, then reward it as such. Thank you so much and have a great day.